So I have seen this happening even in the coaching space or the therapeutic spaces where uh, there are guys or there are men, and they are being told, even I was told, that, oh, you should not, you are being too direct and you're being too manly. You should try and be in a feminine flow, in a feminine flow. I'm like, what the hell? I mean,
No.
I do understand. So there is, in the first place, most people don't even understand what feminine means. They've just mugged up. They've just mugged up terminologies out of some random spiritual book and some freaking website or whatnot, but they don't really have the experience or in-depth understanding of what it
Mm-hmm.
means.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're telling a guy that you be more in a feminine flow, how stupid is that? I'm sorry to use this word, but
It's stupid.
it is after a point it becomes stupid because continuously you are telling him to be in a feminine flow, and how is it adding to him? What about his masculine flow?
No,
You
I'm
know?
going to tell you straight on and very honestly now. We
Yeah.
don't like men like that. Women don't like men like that. That is a
Uh-huh.
fact. We may go on
Uh-huh.
and say that because this is, I would say, the shadow side of us women as well, where we don't understand our sexuality very well.
Mm.
So we're very bad at it because nobody taught us how to even explore it. So we have
Yeah.
this idea of a lovely guy that loves us and takes care of us and buys us roses and buys us chocolate every day and is every day involved in your feelings. And how are you feeling,
Yeah.
sweetheart? Are you okay? And give that to a woman, she's going to freak out after a week. Why? Because we don't want that. We want a man that is a badass, that has his attitude, that has his opinions about the world, but will only love us. That's what we
Yeah.
want. But this is
Yeah.
positive
Yeah.
masculinity, and every
Yeah.
woman is going to fall on that. When
Yeah.
you give her a badass guy that comes in, and then only to you he can open his heart. This
Yeah.
is what we
Yeah.
want. We don't want a good guy. Good guy doesn't get things done.
Yeah.
When your car breaks down, good guy is not going to come and fix it. He's going to be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm very sorry your car broke down." That does nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the masculinity is more action.
Yeah.
That's what we want, but we fought so much against it because and I would go back to the where women were like raising their sons, and the way you said that the sons lost the connection with father, and they were like, the father is the bad guy. So a lot of things that the fathers of that time had were positive things, but we discarded all. So we were like, all that is bad. But what about the positive traits of the masculine?
Hmm.
The action, the responsibility, the creation of a safe space for women, because women can only thrive in a safe space
Yes.
because we
Yes.
feel insecure. That's just who we are. It's just the
Yeah.
evolution, unfortunately.
Mm.
If you're
Mm.
a solo woman in a jungle, you're not going to have a great time. But if there is a man beside you with a bow and an arrow, you might
Yeah.
just get away with it.
Yeah.
So from an
Yeah.
evolutional side, I would say you want a man that has masculine traits but will only love you.
Yeah.
But this is
Yeah.
healthy masculinity.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh. See, even men have a softer side.
Of course.
Men do have a softer side. It's not that men are only these harsh, cruel beings who
Oh.
are savages, who are just meant to kill, maim. I mean, what? See, if that was the case, why would some of the best painters, singers, cooks, chefs are men in today's
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
and have been since ages, by the way,
Yes.
if you have to look
Yes.
at it. Of course, I mean, there is a fixated idea even amongst men. I mean, it's sad to see that it has toppled up the masculinity in men too, that they also have some, not all of them, but many of them have this jilted idea that I have to be the strong,
Ah.
stuff Superman.
But that's a
My
show.
goodness.
That's a play.
Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah, I mean, my goodness, what drama. If even if you're a Superman, Superman has his own weaknesses too. Kryptonite, for that matter. What's your
Exactly.
kryptonite then? You
Yeah.
are not untouched by weaknesses. At
No.
the end of the day, you are a human being too. But that being said, my point is that even men, I'm adding up to what you said, that even men need to now really stand up, claim their masculinity with confidence, with, of course,
Yes.
with gentle confidence. You know,
Yeah.
that gentle confidence is the confidence like a king, a kingly confidence. The
Yes.
king is very, see, why
He's
is the king
generous.
wearing yeah, why is the king wearing a crown in the first place? The crown symbolizes responsibility. At the same
Mm.
time, if you see, the crowns are made with soft stuff, velvet and feathers and all of that. So it also symbolizes that a man takes responsibility, but he does it very gently, with an air of confidence.
Mm.
You don't have, the man doesn't have to get scared or stressed out like today men are becoming more and more. And by the way, men are more prone to heart attacks and heart
Yeah.
related issues compared to women. These are
Yep.
research numbers. It's not just me saying it. I mean, anybody can go and Google out and he will find out that men are more, and even for that matter, men are more prone to commit suicides than women
Yes.
across the
Because
globe.
they pent up emotions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And
So I
also
think
like,
here
yeah.
also, uh, I'm just adding this one point here that here also, safe, conscious spaces for men need to come up more and more, and men also need to, guys also need to like really wake up that okay, uh, I need to claim, not just claim, but I need to step in my masculinity with a sense of confidence and with a sense of ease. This like that Buddha kind of an image, that Zen in a Zen kind of a format that yes, I am a
Yeah.
man and I claim it. And there's no shame in being a man. I mean, it's wonderful the way I am. Being a guy, I mean, the nature has gifted me, made me a man, and I am who I am, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on the other hand, as you spoke about that, women reject. I mean, they want a man who really supports them, but then they also reject the man who is trying to support them. So I
Yeah.
think that is where it comes up. This point also arises that uh, you need to somewhere you need to let a man be a man. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, on a very regular basis. I mean, if as a colleague or as a friend or even as a life partner, spouse, girlfriend, you're telling the guy that be more in your feminine flow, be more in your feminine flow, it's not going to work out. The guy is one day or the other, he's going to lash out at you and
Yeah.
he's going to lash out bad. I'm not saying that the guy is going to beat you up and all of that, but he's going to go silent on you, stop responding to your messages, or he'll send a very nasty text to you, or a voice note, or a call, or confront you in a way that will shake the earth below your feet. And then you will feel guilty, you will be left alone at the end of the day, and then you will become more closed within your own self that, oh my God, I don't have a partner. Oh, I was jilted. Hey, you were the one who did some mistakes. Own it up. Own it
Yeah.
up. It's not always
No.
the guy's
Hmm.
problem.
There's a
That's
lot,
what I
like
think.
I'm saying, a lot of shadow things around women at the moment. But like you just like you need to just look at certain things. For example, you were mentioning like musicians, artists, and stuff like and you know a typical male musician or an artist that woman would be all women would be into. So let's say that's a musician, right? And it's a suffering artist that is usually holding a cigarette in his hand, and it's kind of very badass, but it's
Yeah.
also singing about love.
Yeah.
And all women are going to be like, oh my god.
Oh,
And
yes.
but if you
Yes, yes.
ask them, if you interview them, they'd be like, no, I'm looking for a nice guy, I'm looking for this, like, yeah, because they don't know what they're
Yeah.
looking for. It's
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
thing is to have a mental idea of something that you want,
Yeah.
but when you put that into reality, a lot of times it happens that in relationships a woman corrects her partner so much that she changes him entirely, and then she's not happy with him, and she ends up leaving him.
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
And
yes, yes, you're right. Very right.
this is all done from a point of insecurity. So
Mm,
if I
mm.
cut his wings, he will not be able
Oh.
to cheat on me. So if I make him unappealing to other women,
Hmm.
he will not go around and cheat on me. He's gonna just be with me. So I need to like literally almost like that's the shadow side of female as well that
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
to cope with. And this is so much
Uh,
of it in today's world. And then like at this point, like she creates this man that nobody wants, but in the bottom point, she does not want him either.